Welcome to the Dairy Raid. Presented with over 20 years of coaching experience, the Dairy Raid provides commentary and analysis of the schemes, the players, and the coaches who create Wisconsin football's new identity. Now here's your host, Ryan Anderson.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dairy Raid and Wisconsin versus USC. Going to be a short group of videos this week because, well, we only ran 51 offensive plays. But it is what it is. Let's break it down. Let's see where it went right, where it went wrong. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. This is after USC marched down the field pretty quickly in their first drive. They're going to come out. 11 personnel. Switch it up to pistol. And we're going to run stretch, outside zone. Okay, so some nice technique here on both our center and our right guard. Let's look at it, or right tackle, excuse me. Let's look at it from the end zone angle. What we call slingshot technique in outside zone. All right, so what we're going to do here are we look at the double teams created by outside zone. The outside guy, the outside guy in the double team, he's focusing more on keeping his guy square, trying to get a little bit of a vertical push, and then our guy coming in from the inside is going to use what we call a slingshot technique. So where he's going to use his momentum to push straight laterally into that defender to help the outside guy take him over and push him outside, and then use that momentum to push him upfield. So we've got Renfro doing that here, and we've got Malman doing it here. And so what we see is both of those guys are able to use that momentum to launch upfield, and we get a nice little game. If we want to nitpick, I'd like to see Ches just keep it on the line that he's on. Right there, just keep it right here and just keep climbing. But not going to complain. Nice push, really, for the whole offensive line, and a good play. All right, 2nd and 5. 30-yard line, same personnel. We're on center, H lead. Okay, and then right here, we're starting to see what the Badgers are going to use in place of the zone read for Braden Locke. And that is the RPO. So we're running top of the screen, we are running hitch, and then we're running a little curl. And Braden's reading this defender to see if he comes downhill. And he just kind of sits back in his zone. USC's got 6 in the box, so if they're stout up front, they can shut this down. All right, so let's go to the wide angle, or the end zone angle, excuse me, and see how the block's set up. So the read, we ain't worrying about the read. It's out here. Okay, we've already made the read. He's looking out there. Okay, Renfro is going to kick out. Ashcraft is going to lead up. Little pitter-patter. It's actually pretty good wrong arm technique by number 10 here to get off of the kick-out block. But I'd like to see better bursts from Ches. All right, 3rd and 3. Okay, 3-by-1. Okay, we run this play a bunch. So we're running we're going to run the shallow with the return. And we're going to turn a wheel. And this time, the variation is, again, this is 3 different variations that we've seen out of this look so far. So constants are the wheel and the shallow. And then we've seen turn, we've seen out, and now seeing the seam. And now this time we're getting the seam. So it's gonna, this is ways that we're continually trying to seam, excuse me, to scheme open our best player. But we get a nice route by Bryson Green. It's a little thing I nitpick here with my receivers, my running backs. Your momentum is carrying you upfield. Keep the momentum. Don't stop and try to cut back. Because if he's tracking you correctly, you're going to cut right back into his hip. We need to assume he's tracking correctly. Just accelerate. Probably not going to gain any extra yards, but you're going to fall forward for a yard. But first down, 37-yard line. Okay. And here we go. Here's the touchdown. All right, so let's get back up to the top. Hey, just a little stop and go on the cross. Okay, so we're going to hitch up and we're going to take off. Add line, but you get what I'm trying to do. We're running the deep cross. This one I think was open as well. And we're running more of the mid cross. So this is a variation of the Yankee concept because we're still getting the play action. And a lot of times this would accompany a rollout or a semi-roll. But just stick the ball in the running back's belly real quick. Boom. Pull it out. Okay, and we're reading the safety. His eyes are down. We know we can take a shot. Nice job standing in there. Gonna get hit. Touchdown. Okay. One of those big plays that we've been scheming up all year, and now we finally hit one. Okay, it's a great route by Vinny Anthony. Touchdown. Great start. All right, so moving on. Next series, 7-7. Starting on the 12-yard line. Okay, 10 personnel. Okay. Try and draw. And again, this is how we are scheming up changes for the offense based on the personnel we have. Okay, so we've got quick game, so we're running flat fade, out fade on both sides of the field. And then we're reading the drops of the linebackers. So they're blitzing one, they're dropping the other. So we're 5 for 5 in the box. Handed it off to the sixth guy. That's simple. This we would run QB draw and send the running back on a bubble, or we run empty and run quick game. So this is a variation that we can do without the benefit of having Tyler Van Dyke's legs. Okay, and it's a pretty simple read. Watching as soon as we see this linebacker's going where he's committing to the box, as soon as he leaves, we know we're going to give it. Boom, inside. And good job selling the pass by the offensive. There we go. 1st and 10, 22-yard line. Okay, still 12 personnel or 11 personnel. Going to run bubble screen. Yeah, this is 11 personnel, not 10. Okay, and this is an absolute whiff by Riley Nowakowski. Nothing that you could say about this other than it was a whiff. Yeah, a little behind. Shouldn't matter. Absolute whiff. Also, I'm giving this. Okay? This is, if we're reading this pre-snap, I don't think he's accounting how fast this guy here is going to come downhill. And by the time we get to the snap, he's already low, and his eyes are just directly there. Okay? Defensive line alignment, we got a 4-eye. I think maybe he's expecting blitz here. But we should just hand that off. And we're lucky that it resulted in only an incomplete pass. So, 2nd and 10. 2 back. We got a running back as one of those guys. Or, sorry, a receiver. See when they start moving. Oh, just straight 2 back. Okay. Go to the end zone angle. We've got Acre, and is that Dupree? It is. I like Dupree getting in there early. I'd also like to see him read this a little bit better. Okay. So again, the way that I teach outside zone, and I teach my reads, it's different. We read 2 to 1. With 2 being this wide, I probably wouldn't read him. He's going to be, I'm not going to get outside. So now I'm going to read 2 to 1. Okay? And now 2 is out. 2 is out, clearly. So I'm in. 1 is in. I'm out. I'm banging it right there. Not. Gotta bang it right in there. Okay? Upfield, upfield. I think he sees the linebacker. But I think he falls forward for more yards if he cuts it there than he does by stretching it out. So I'll see it a little bit earlier. Because I also think he might be able to outrun this linebacker. Kind of took a bad angle to the ball. And was able to recover. So, 3rd and 7. Three by 1. Okay, got to check on the line. 10 personnel. Again, this ball's behind. Okay, so we're running wheel, slot fade if you want to call it, skinny, not really a seam, more of a skinny corner, but threw it way behind. I also don't like the read on this because he's throwing already. Like, okay, I know we need to get 7 yards. So, yards after the catch, maybe he gets this. But, is he open there? I mean, yes. But that linebacker is standing right on. I'd like to see this continue. Like, I think he's worried about the rub. And also, how are we pass protection-wise? Okay, Jackson Acre. Definitely leaving a lot to be desired on that rep. But let's go to the end zone. I mean, I think his decision is made to throw this ball. I mean, he got his coverage indicator, so you know he's got man. I mean, his decision to throw this ball is made well before Acre misses the block. So I don't know. I think I'd wait for the wheel. Slot fade, excuse me. Like, I think that's there because it's man. These two are going to run into each other. And that's exactly what happens when he throws it. But it is what it is. Which brings us to 4th and 7. And when we punt, and that's it. We're already done with the first quarter of Wisconsin versus USC. Not a lot to critique about the offense when they're only on the field for 12 plays, or 11 plays if we don't include this punt. So that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with the second quarter, and hopefully we get a little more to talk about. All right, so until then, see you next time.